What's up, Wrestlingverse family? Welcome back to the channel, and if you just clicked on this video, you are about to witness a breakdown of one of the most brutal, most shocking, and most absolutely insane moments to come out of WWE's Supershow in Australia. I'm talking about CM Punk, Iyo Sky, and Rhea Ripley joining forces to absolutely destroy Dominik Mysterio in front of his home country crowd. Family, this beatdown was legendary, and the Australian fans lost their minds. Before we dive into this incredible moment, make sure you obliterate that like button, smash that subscribe button, and destroy that notification bell because here at Wrestlingverse CC, we bring you all the most explosive WWE moments from around the world. Drop a comment below telling me if you think Dominik deserved what he got or if this went too far. Let's break down every brutal second of this beatdown. Family, the WWE Supershow in Australia was already shaping up to be an incredible event before this moment happened. Australian wrestling fans are some of the most passionate in the world, they create amazing atmospheres, they show up ready to make noise, and WWE always delivers something special when they perform down under. The energy in the arena was electric from the moment the show started, but nobody could have predicted that we were about to witness one of the most talked about segments of the entire year. Let's talk about the characters involved in this situation, family, because understanding who they are makes this moment even more impactful. CM Punk is one of the biggest stars in all of professional wrestling, a man who returned to WWE after a decade away and immediately became one of the most popular figures in the company. Punk has that authentic energy that fans connect with, he's real, he's passionate, and when he speaks or performs, people listen. The crowd loves CM Punk wherever he goes, and in Australia, that love was amplified to maximum levels. Iyo Sky is the current WWE Women's Champion, family, and she has been absolutely incredible in that role. Her in-ring work is phenomenal, combining Japanese strong style with high-flying innovation that makes her matches must-see television. Iyo has proven herself to be one of the best wrestlers in the world regardless of gender, and the respect she commands from both fans and fellow wrestlers is enormous. When Iyo Sky is involved in anything, you know the quality is going to be top tier. Then we have Rhea Ripley, and family, we need to talk about what Rhea means to Australian wrestling fans. Rhea is from Australia, she's a hometown hero, she represents her country on the biggest wrestling stage in the world, and she does it with such pride and intensity that it's impossible not to respect her. Rhea Ripley is a former women's champion, a dominant force who has been at the top of WWE for years, and when she performs in Australia, the crowd reaction is unlike anything else. She's their champion, their representative, their pride and joy. And then there's Dominik Mysterio, family. Oh, Dominik. This man has become one of the most hated heels in all of WWE, and that's not an exaggeration. Everywhere Dominik goes, he gets absolutely nuclear heat from the crowds. His transformation from Rey Mysterio's innocent son to this arrogant, manipulative villain has been incredible to watch. Dominik has mastered the art of making people hate him, and he leans into it completely. He's cocky, he's disrespectful, and he knows exactly how to push every button that makes crowds want to see him get destroyed. The segment started with Dominik coming out to the ring, family, and the boos were deafening. Australian fans were not having it. They were throwing insults, they were chanting negative things, they were making it crystal clear that Dominik Mysterio was not welcome in their country. And Dominik, being the perfect heel that he is, ate it up. He grabbed a microphone and started insulting Australia, talking trash about their country, disrespecting their culture, and generally being as obnoxious as humanly possible. Dominik was talking about how Australia was beneath him, family. He said the country was full of criminals and descendants of convicts, that Australian wrestling fans were second-rate compared to American fans, and that being forced to perform in Australia was a punishment rather than an honor. The heat he was generating was incredible. The crowd was booing so loud you could barely hear him speak, but Dominik just kept pushing, kept insulting, kept being the most hateable person imaginable. Then Dominik made a critical mistake, family. He started talking about Rhea Ripley. He said that Rhea wasn't a real Australian, that she abandoned her country to chase fame in America, that she didn't represent Australia the way she claimed to. He called her a sellout, he mocked her appearance, and he basically disrespected the one person that Australian fans were not going to tolerate anyone disrespecting. The moment those words left Dominik's mouth, everyone in that arena knew something bad was about to happen to him. Rhea Ripley's music hit, and family, the crowd eruption was absolutely insane. The entire arena exploded with cheers as Rhea stormed down to the ring with murder in her eyes. She was not playing around. She was not there to talk. She was there to hurt Dominik Mysterio for disrespecting her and disrespecting Australia. Rhea slid into the ring, and Dominik immediately started backing away, talking trash but clearly scared of what was about to happen. But before Rhea could get her hands on Dominik, the music of Iyo Sky hit, family. The women's champion made her way to the ring, and the Australian crowd went even crazier. Iyo had her own issues with Dominik from previous interactions on WWE television, and seeing her come out to join Rhea sent a clear message that Dominik was about to face a 2-on-1 situation he could not possibly survive. The look on Dominik's face was priceless as he realized he was surrounded. Dominik tried to escape the ring, family, but as he turned toward the ramp, CM Punk's music hit. The roof nearly came off the building as Punk appeared at the top of the ramp, blocking Dominik's only escape route. Punk had a huge smile on his face, clearly enjoying the situation Dominik had gotten himself into. He slowly walked down the ramp as Dominik was trapped in the ring with 2 angry women behind him and CM Punk cutting off his escape in front of him. The crowd was chanting for all 3 of them to destroy Dominik, family. The energy in that arena was unlike anything you normally experience at a wrestling show. This felt personal. This felt like justice was about to be served, and the Australian fans were here for every single second of it. Dominik was begging off, trying to talk his way out of the situation, claiming he was just joking and that everyone should calm down. But it was way too late for that. CM Punk entered the ring, and that's when the destruction began, family. Punk hit Dominik with a massive roundhouse kick that echoed throughout the arena. Dominik staggered right into a riptide from Rhea Ripley that planted him face first into the canvas. The crowd exploded as Dominik's body crashed to the mat. But they weren't done, family. Oh no, they were just getting started. Iyo Sky climbed to the top rope and delivered a picture-perfect moonsault that had Dominik gasping for air. The 3 of them stood over Dominik's broken body, family, and you could see them communicating, deciding what to do next. Punk pulled Dominik up and whipped him into the corner. Rhea followed up with a massive running knee that folded Dominik in half. Iyo hit a running dropkick that sent Dominik crashing to the outside of the ring. The Australian crowd was absolutely loving every second of this destruction, chanting and screaming with joy as Dominik was getting exactly what he deserved. But they weren't letting Dominik escape that easily, family. CM Punk went to the outside and threw Dominik back into the ring. Rhea picked him up and delivered another brutal move that had the entire arena on their feet. Iyo Sky was setting up for her finisher, the over-the-moonsault, and when she connected, the impact was devastating. Dominik was completely done, laying in the center of the ring, unable to move, unable to defend himself, and unable to escape the consequences of his actions. The beatdown continued for several more minutes, family. Each of the 3 took turns delivering their signature moves to Dominik, making sure that he felt every ounce of pain they could deliver. CM Punk hit the GTS, his devastating knee strike that has finished countless opponents. The sound of Punk's knee connecting with Dominik's face was sickening. Rhea Ripley hit another riptide, this time with even more force than the first. And Iyo Sky delivered move after move from the top rope, showcasing her incredible aerial ability while simultaneously destroying Dominik. The symbolism of this beatdown was incredible, family. You had CM Punk, representing the voice of the voiceless and standing up against arrogance and entitlement. You had Rhea Ripley, defending her home country and teaching Dominik that you don't disrespect Australia. And you had Iyo Sky, the women's champion, showing that respect is earned and that Dominik's attitude wouldn't be tolerated. 3 of WWE's biggest stars coming together to deliver justice to one of the most hated heels in the company. The Australian crowd was losing their minds the entire time, family. The chants were deafening, the energy was electric, and you could tell that everyone in that arena knew they were witnessing something special. This wasn't just a beatdown, this was a moment that would be talked about for years. This was the kind of segment that reminds people why they love professional wrestling, why they pay money to see these shows live, and why WWE continues to be the premier wrestling company in the world. Eventually, Officials and referees rushed to the ring to try to restore order, family, but the damage had already been done. Dominik Mysterio was laid out in the middle of the ring, completely destroyed, barely conscious, and in desperate need of medical attention. CM Punk, Rhea Ripley, and Iyo Sky stood tall, celebrating with the Australian crowd, soaking in the moment, and making it clear that Dominik had received exactly what he deserved for his disrespectful comments. The aftermath of this segment has been incredible, family. Social media absolutely exploded with clips and reactions. Fans who were at the show were posting their videos, and you could hear just how loud that crowd was. Wrestling media outlets covered this as one of the top stories from the Australian tour. Everyone was talking about how incredible this moment was, how perfectly it was executed, and how satisfying it was to see Dominik get his comeuppance. Let's talk about what this means for each character moving forward, family. For CM Punk, this moment reinforces his status as the people's champion, someone who stands up for what's right and isn't afraid to put arrogant heels in their place. For Rhea Ripley, getting this moment in her home country, defending Australia against Dominik's disrespect, that's going to be remembered as one of the highlights of her career. For Iyo Sky, being included in this segment with two other major stars elevates her even further and shows WWE's confidence in her as a top performer. For Dominik Mysterio, this beatdown doesn't hurt him at all as a character, family. In fact, it makes him an even better heel. The fact that he generated so much heat that three of WWE's top babyfaces had to team up to destroy him shows how effective he is in his role. Dominik can now claim that he was outnumbered, that it took 3 people to take him down, and he can use this moment to generate even more heat in future segments. That's the beauty of good wrestling storytelling. The match possibilities coming out of this are exciting, family. We could see singles matches between Dominik and any of these 3 competitors. We could see tag team matches where Dominik finds partners to help him get revenge. We could see multi-person matches at premium live events that continue this rivalry. WWE has created a moment that can be referenced and built upon for months to come, and that's smart long-term storytelling. The production of this segment was masterful, family. The timing of the music hits, the camera angles capturing the crowd reactions, the way they built the tension before the beatdown began, and the pacing of the actual destruction itself, everything was perfectly executed. WWE's production team deserves enormous credit for making this moment feel as important and satisfying as it did. They understood the assignment and delivered a segment that will be remembered for years. The Australian fans made this moment even more special, family. Their reactions, their energy, their passion for wrestling and especially for Rhea Ripley, all of that contributed to making this segment legendary. When WWE tours internationally, they always want to create special moments for those audiences, and this segment definitely accomplished that goal. The fans in attendance will never forget being there live to witness this beatdown. From a business perspective, this segment is going to drive interest in future WWE events in Australia, family. Fans who weren't at this show are going to want to attend the next time WWE comes to Australia because they'll want to experience moments like this in person. Clips of this segment are going to be shared millions of times across social media, generating free publicity for WWE and reminding people why their product is worth watching. The chemistry between CM Punk, Rhea Ripley, and Iyo Sky was fantastic, family. These 3 had never worked together in this capacity before, but you could tell they were all on the same page, all committed to making this segment work, and all understanding the importance of the moment. That's what separates good wrestlers from great ones, the ability to work with anyone, adapt to any situation, and deliver quality entertainment regardless of the circumstances. Looking at the wrestling community's reaction, family, this segment has been universally praised. Fans loved it, wrestlers loved it, media loved it, everyone recognized this as a well-executed moment that accomplished exactly what it set out to do. In an era where wrestling fans can be very critical and hard to please, seeing something receive this level of unanimous praise is rare and special. The storytelling elements of this segment were perfect, family. Dominik's heat-generating promo set up the payoff perfectly. The sequential music hits built anticipation beautifully. The actual beatdown delivered on the promise of violence that the setup created. And the aftermath left fans satisfied while also creating possibilities for future storylines. That's textbook wrestling storytelling, and WWE executed it flawlessly. This moment also showcases WWE's commitment to creating memorable experiences on their international tours. Family. They could have just run standard house show matches with predictable outcomes, but instead, they gave Australian fans a segment that will be talked about forever. That respect for international audiences, that willingness to create special moments for fans around the world, that's part of what makes WWE the global phenomenon it is. Wrestling vs. Family. CM Punk, Iyo Sky, and Rhea Ripley destroying Dominik Mysterio during the WWE Supershow in Australia was one of the most satisfying, most well-executed, and most memorable segments we've seen all year. This is the kind of moment that reminds us why we love professional wrestling, why we tune in every week, and why WWE continues to be the gold standard in sports entertainment. The Australian fans witnessed something special, and we're all lucky we got to see it. What did you think of this epic beatdown, family? Did Dominik deserve everything he got? Who delivered the most devastating move? Should these three team up more often? What do you want to see happen next with all these characters? Drop all your thoughts, reactions, and opinions in the comments below. Let's discuss this incredible moment. If this breakdown of the Australian destruction got you hyped, show some love by absolutely destroying that like button. Subscribe to Wrestling vs. CC for coverage of all the biggest WWE moments from around the world. We bring you the most comprehensive analysis and the most passionate wrestling content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss when we drop new videos. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know, family. This is the kind of moment that deserves to be celebrated and discussed. Follow Wrestling vs. CC on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for daily wrestling content, highlights, and news. We're building the best wrestling community on the internet. Thank you so much for watching Wrestling vs. Family. Your support means the world, and I love sharing these amazing wrestling moments with you. I'll catch you in the next video where we'll continue covering all the biggest stories and most exciting moments in WWE. Until then, keep watching wrestling, keep supporting your favorites, and remember that karma always catches up with heels eventually. Peace out, family.